Hello, welcome back. Right, let's get comfortable actually. Hello, welcome back. It's me back again. Right, so I'm filming this Monday, so it's Monday the bank holiday. So it's a weekend after warhammerfest. So I went the Saturday. So I travelled up Friday. Bit of a nightmare in the end because they cancelled my flight Friday morning. So I had to faff around and I ended up getting a train 5 hours up there, 5 hours back, sort of thing. Up there wasn't too bad, coming back was a bit of a nightmare, but just generally 5 hours long. But yeah, so I'll talk about what I do at Warhammer. So I did the scavenger hunt. So I got these little things. So if you did all 3 days, you basically got this thing. Scan the QR code. There's one for traitors, one for Xenos, and that's a traitor one. I've got a Xenos one somewhere because I did both of them for that Saturday. Should have got my pass. Should have got a 3-day pass and gone Sunday as well. And do it Sunday, just diggy. So let's talk about the highs and lows of the weekend, sort of warhammerfest itself. So really well put on, lots of things there. The only gripe I have really is it was quite nice you go around the tournament stuff. The shop I don't really have a gripe with because any tournament any other thing I go to, the shop's always got a massive queue. And I went back later in the day and there was hardly any queues. So if you want to queue up, that's your prerogative. So they had playtesting there, well not playtesting. They had so you could play the new edition basically, and I was doing a scavenger hunt with a couple of lads, really good lads. And one of them knew some people from the tabletop tactics sort of people, and they were queuing up and they were told 45 minutes, but I think some periods of the weekend it might have been 3 hours and stuff like that. So I think they could have done with more space for that. So sort of another sort of gripe I have, but it's not a major gripe, is they had, when they did the preview of the big 10th edition box, the 11th, I want to say 11th, probably pronouncing that wrong, but a big 10th edition box coming out. The only gripe I had with that is they had all the models on display. They had a box and they were showing you at the thingy, but they could have put a box out in a glass cabinet, all the sprues and all the figures and stuff, and that would have been really cool. But no, they sort of kept that. It's going to be obviously another later review later on, but that would be nice if you were there to see. Food's alright. People generally pretty good. You can chat to them. That's all. Like I said, I was doing a scavenger hunt with a couple of people there. So I went there in the morning. That was the other big gripe that a lot of people had. Is so if you bought a day ticket, when you bought it, it said you could go in at 8 o'clock. And the night before, was it the night before the morning? It might be even the morning. You got an email saying, I mean the night before. So it was the night before the morning. You got an email basically saying you couldn't enter at 10 o'clock if you didn't have you had a day pass, and if you had a weekend pass you could enter at 8 o'clock. So there was a 2-hour difference between what time you could get in, and that was a big gripe for a lot of people, and especially on the Saturday. They would turn up at thing. They hadn't obviously read this email, turned up at 8 o'clock thinking they'd get in. They couldn't get in, so they paid for 2 hours parking if they were local or travelled a bit. They paid for 2 hours parking. And a bit of communication there, if you know what I mean. And I think there could have been a little bit. There's a lot of stuff to do. A lot of you had to pre-book. It was obviously sold out, especially Saturday. But there was no things you could turn up. I think there was one thing maybe you could turn up and do. You just have to queue up to do it. They've got lots of computer games there and stuff. I just think it needed something extra, in my opinion. So because I won't necessarily go next year. I think I've done it now, so I've ticked it off my list. I might go in a couple of years' time or so again and check it out again. But yeah, I've ticked that off my list, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, Manchester is a great city, not a problem with it. Every time I go away somewhere and they've got tram, I love it. I mean, it's a great way. I wish my local city, Southampton, had trams. I really would do, because they don't. It's horrible travelling around there. So yeah, so what did I pick up? So I got the Kill Team book, But yeah, so this is what I managed to pick up this one. So Nectrons and Imperial Guard. So picked up really fairly cheap in a shop. Fat Fanboy Free. It's in Manchester. Really good shop. So I picked that up. I picked some other bits. I picked a couple one of these up, and I got some like little miniatures. Quite chuffed. Got like a black pudding, a wraith. What's like I've got some Cyberpunk miniatures. I'm going to put that down. What else do we get down here? So I've got a little cool little hand inside there, and I managed to actually pick the box up one of those as well. So then yeah, I picked up a couple of things. So I picked up, that's quite cool. So I actually picked up more D&D stuff really than I did 40k stuff. So and that was like I picked a couple bits up in Infinite Planet, probably a couple of these. I think one with a horse on stuff as well. So and guards and stuff. But yeah, so that was quite funny. So went at warhammerfest, come back with more D&D stuff. That was quite weird. And that was all like Northern Quarter. There was like a Finn Planet, and around the corner was that Fat Boy. I want to say Fat Boy 3 or Fanboy 3 or something. I'll try and find that link for them and put them in the lobe somewhere. So they were quite friendly. Lots of games, lots of stuff in there. So I was quite chuffed with that. And that's it really. I think I went to the Imperial War Museum. It's alright, free. Did a donation anyway. I had a cool look around there. It was quite interesting. Went up to Old Trafford, Media City, so the BBC area and stuff like that. So I've never been to Manchester. It'll probably be a long time before I go to Manchester again. So I could look around. But yeah, I was quite happy with what I saw. Quite chuffed. Lots of places to go drinking. Return of Jedi came out over the weekend, 40th anniversary, so I went to that. I want to say Saturday night. Yeah, Saturday night, because I travelled back Sunday, yeah, so Saturday night. But yeah, if you've never been to Warhammer Fest, so I'll round it up, yeah. If you've never been to Warhammer Fest, I would recommend it to a certain extent. If you stay, so if you're going to go for 1 day, go for 1 day, just buy a 1 day pass, but bear in mind, probably the same thing. Can't get to 10 o'clock, probably, I wouldn't quote me on that. If you're travelling up and stay over, and say you travel back on the next day or something, get your 2 day pass, because they probably do that like treasure hunting. It might worth popping in the morning, doing that, see what YouTubers, saw quite a few YouTubers as well. I should let them get on with their stuff, if you know what I mean. I was quite chuffed that, but yeah, I'll leave it there. So definitely get a thumbs up for Warhammer Fest. Enjoyed it. Oh, so I didn't really talk about for the reviews, the other reviews. So quick one: Tomb Kings really interesting. Kill Team was really interesting. The Knights were really interesting. So yeah, definitely worth checking out them. But I'm not going to ramble on because I'm trying to round the video up here. But yeah, definitely worth checking out. Definitely interesting stuff coming. 10th edition, I'm interested. We'll see. I'll give my thoughts on it when I sort of play it and get into it. But yeah, I'll definitely check out the reviews, and I'll leave it there. So take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.